Yeah.
And I'm an occupier of Occupy Winnipeg.
Yeah. Robert, a little background information on yourself and your involved with the union
Ginger President Council, my dealings with the bank.
Yeah, I was at site when they came to dismantle it. We call it a raid. It felt like a raid. There was a lot of armed officers there. I came to the movement just shortly after the camp was set up down at Green Park in the morning. So I had been sleeping at camp for about 50 somewhat days. I would still head out and try to do some life stuff and then come back and take part in Occupy. So it was a little bit every other day for a while.
Why did you get involved in Occupy in the first place?
Well, I got involved with Occupy because the messages that were started in Wall Street were important to people. They were a long time coming. We see that the financial system has inherent built-in flaws. We feel that Canadians have been prorogued from the ability to have a real say with the Stephen Harper government. And it feels like we're on a road downhill really fast. Combined with Stephen Harper's desire to get us involved with CETA, the free trade agreement, it's not getting better. So Occupy really had its time, and it was more from necessity than from any kind of planning. The time was now.
With 10 feet torn down and stuff, it seemed like Occupy was over. What's that kind of behavior?
No. I was speaking to a lot of the Occupy movements across Canada that have been shut down in the past. They're not over. Happened to be the last major city to have our camp. I think that was the result of us being as cooperative with the government as we could. That cooperation turned really cold really quickly. Dave Charmiak, I believe, set the order down, and I don't think that's in the best interest of the voters. So I hope that they remember that come election time. I certainly will. I'll make sure that people do remember that. So we were the symbol of, I guess, in Canada, we were the last camp to be standing. But now that the camp has been burnt down, I think it just motivates us to get out and to make sure our message is still loud and clear that Occupy Winnipeg is still here and we're actually growing the streets.
Talking about now, I understand you did this last week or something like that, but talk about what you're doing here today and what you plan on doing in the future.
Sure. Today we're focusing on Winnipeg Square. We have 4 banks, or at least a couple banks here. We're in front of PD right now, but we will move around to the Bank of Montreal and to CIBC, and we will make sure people get some of the messages. We're engaging people politely. We're asking if they'd like to hear a message from Occupy Winnipeg. Some of the messages are just reminding people that the debts that are accumulated over Christmas here are going to be affected by compound interest, and they will have a hangover come New Year. So we want to make sure that people are conscious of that and not putting themselves in more debt than they should.
What are some of the messages on the papers you're getting? You read one, but do you have any idea what they are?
Yeah. Be careful what you read in the newspapers and you hear on television. So, you know what? Some of these messages are.
I guess I don't have to know exactly what to say, but what's the idea for them? What are you trying to get across to to whoever's receiving these messages?
Well, I think Canadians only have a limited attention span for certain messages, and we just want to make sure that we're providing those messages in a way that they can get the big picture. We want to remind Canadians that Stephen Harper proves government. We want to remind people that the austerity measures in Europe are still in a very difficult place, and we want to remind them that there is bills and tax on the table that are making things worse for us, not better. We're still in a state of financial conflict, financial emergency going around the world right now. It's very easy to forget that in Canada, especially this time of year. There's family, there's friends. weekends. There's lots of great things to do, but in the end, we're here to help people remember that there is a price to what's going on right now, and hopefully they're not going to be kicked out of their homes like something happened in the States.
And any plans maybe share any plans of what you guys are planning for the future?
Well, what we're doing for the future is we're going to be making ourselves very easily approachable in situations like this, and you expect to see Occupy Winnipeg out weekly. We will be setting up occupations at places where we think our message is most needed. Last week was Walmart, and I think we will be setting up in places such as that we can get our message across.
Is there anything else you'd like to add there?
Well, I just hope everyone has great holidays, and just keep remembering that there's people out there with good messages. Just say hi, take one of our messages, read it, and then think critically for yourself. Think, are we a bunch of crazy people? I don't think so. I think if people take a second and read what we have or talk to us, I think they'll realize that we're here to support them. Okay, thanks.